chance?
It's not on. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
Sorry,
right.
lots of buttons to push. Sometimes I miss them.
That's okay.
There you go. Thanks for being my...
Buttons are pushed.
Yeah.
The devotion to accuracy department sometimes is verbal, sometimes it's sonic. Mm-hmm. One from earlier, I mentioned Mark David Chapman. Poundcake mentioned the guy who was shot for Jodie Foster. And I said Mark David Chapman. It was John Hinckley.
John Hinckley, okay.
Who shot Reagan for Jodie Foster. Mark David Chapman shot John Lennon.
There you go.
I was confusing the two.
That's all before I was born, so it's stuff that I don't... Like, I know those names, I know those stories, but I can't keep straight who's
right.
who. I just hear it and go, yeah, that sounds right.
And I believe John Hinckley is out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like on house arrest or something now.
He's living with his mom or something, or he's trying to work his way back into society. But yeah, John Hinckley shot Reagan to impress Jodie Foster and merely managed to paralyze Jim Brady.
All right, so earlier today, I went to Costco.
Uh-huh.
And one of the people that was working there, and I don't know if this is strange to you guys, but he was probably a manager, and he was jacked.
Uh-huh.
Like superhero body. And whenever I see a person like that in like a regular job...
What a waste.
Not even what a waste, but why are you here?
Side job.
Costco's not a side job. He's a manager at Costco.
You can still
What
have
do you mean,
side
why
job.
is he here? Because he could be competing and getting all... What do you mean?
Well, like, I always think, like, fitness is obviously your life. Like, you exist to look this way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are...
You exist to look this way.
Like, that's what... I mean, the guy was, like, no body fat. You could see...
Wow, boy
that,
crush.
You could see that he was jacked through his Costco uniform, which are not, like... It's a regular, like, polo shirt, and you could see the definition in his muscles through that shirt and like on his like arms and
he was making
everything.
sure he was wearing it one size too tight.
Right,
yeah.
right. And so whenever I see someone like that in a job, I always and like if it's a younger guy, I get it, but this guy was probably in his like late 30s, maybe early 40s, and
He's showing off.
I'm like, why don't you just go be a trainer? Like that's what you want to do. You want to be in the gym all the time.
And it takes time to build up like your
clientele.
Yeah, absolutely. And
why don't you go fight crime?
A lot of those people
this is
Bill,
not a Costco body. Like,
these are the people
you
that have
inspired by their
OnlyFans.
bulk, and then you are
Yes, these are the people. These are the exact people that they're like pediatricians or they're librarians by day, and then at night they're like, I'm open, like for business. Like, give me tips, and I'll do whatever you want. Like, these are the people that exist online. He probably has an Instagram where it's nothing but fitness photos.
Or maybe he likes Costco, and the rest of the time,
well,
maybe
it's a good place to work.
I was gonna say maybe
he's pay him well.
Maybe he's a single guy, and the rest of the time he's not working. He's working out.
That's another thing.
It might not be anything nefarious at all.
When you see a guy that's built like that, and then be like, "This is my wife," and the wife is just like. Not out of shape, but just regular.
Right.
But like they're that jacked, and then their wife's just like, yeah, he's kind of weird about food and stuff.
Well, he's preparing for the future.
Yeah, for the next wife.
Huh? Yeah, there's something to be said for that. I think there's a lot of people doing that. They're like, I'm going to keep this in shape. It's like the old Louis C.K. bit. He's like, this body was not prepared to be divorced.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I think some people, they keep themselves in shape because they're preparing for whatever may come.
This isn't keeping yourself in shape. That's a different thing. Like, keeping yourself in shape is being, like, thin and working out and stuff like that. This is a guy that focuses on fitness to a degree where he, like, it's his life.
He's got severe vascularity, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Maybe he gets a great deal on Kirkland brand supplements.
Oh, that could be it.
And protein shakes.
Yeah.
Which Costco location was this?
Strongsville.
Strongsville. All right.
Strong.
You should have taken a picture of him and sent them to me. I probably
Dude's
know
putting
him.
the strong in Strongsville.
But no,
You think you know every buff guy in the area?
Yes.
I bet if he's online,
sure I
Poundcake
do.
has seen him.
But no, I
believe that.
I have a personal friend who has like 100,000 followers on Instagram, and he has had a 12-pack since he was probably like 12 years old. Like, he has been ripped for as long as I can remember. And I said, when I first saw him, because he was running around campus, I know him from college, he was running around campus with his shirt off. I said, he's going to be a model. I was like, I could spot a model a mile away, and he has the best body I've ever seen in my life, and if he doesn't become famous because of that hot bod, then there's no hope for the rest of us. And here I am later, like, he still works a side job, but he makes a lot of money through Instagram, and he doesn't have an OnlyFans yet. But just for people with their whatever lime juice they're trying to sell you, there he is shirtless posing
lime
next to
juice.
it, whatever.
Bang energy drink.
And he still has a day job, but it's only to compensate for his Instagram stuff.
And he probably, somebody suggested maybe he just got out of the service, but you said he looked a little on the older side.
He was
right?
older, and he was not. I don't think he was just out of the service. And also, this isn't a service body either. This is a bodybuilder body.
Right.
This is a guy that spends all his, like, he's probably thinking about how he's going to eat and work out all day long. Like, it's not like a guy maintaining being in good shape. I'm talking about, like, this dude was, like, jacked.
Yeah.
Bill, you're staring harder than I am, clearly.
I honestly don't even know what his,
take your eyes off him.
I just saw his biceps, and, like, you can learn a lot from people just in that, like, little
And to be fair,
moment.
walking around a Costco, that guy, someone who
stand
looks
out,
like that
yeah.
is going to stand way out.
Hey, the guy
I would have gone up to him and asked.
Yeah.
I've done that before. Sure. Be like,
I was just trying to get a hot
what
dog.
is going on?
Do you think he's annoyed to work there just because he's like, I don't deserve this? Like, look
Yeah,
at me.
kind of like, and that's kind of why I bring it up, is because I think
begrudgingly?
when you
Yeah.
have that kind of body, you want people to see that body.
So it's being
So
But he's
like,
not being
that's-
forced to work there.
No.
just till something bigger,
I
better
think
comes along.
I think the guy is probably upset because every time they need some pallets moved, they find him. They're, hey, Frank, we need Frank. We're moving some giant barrels of black olives. Frank to aisle 16A, please.
Can't you just use the tow motor? We have that.
Get Frank, please. There's a reason that he works out. What if Costco pays for his gym membership with the express condition
CrossFitCo.
that when
I'm sure they probably have a gym.
when they're short a forklift, they call him.
We've never been in the back of Costco. Like, I'm sure they probably have a gym for their employees.
There is no back of Costco.
A
probably
gym
back.
in Costco. Yeah, if you take all of the separate pieces of workout equipment and set them up in one of the
I'm
aisles.
just saying, there's a place where people clock in and clock out.
Yeah, there's that little part, but
You're walking
the
down
whole
the-
idea
They ain't got
of
no little
Costco.
weights.
You're walking down the aisle looking for a mattress, and you just see him with his shirt off working out in one of the aisles.
That don't make me go to Costco. I'll buy a membership.
Hey, Frank, when you're done doing box jumps, could you get over here, please, and move all the Cheez-Its? Thank you.
Got 300-ounce boxes of cheeses. I don't know what. I don't know how many ounces of cheese.
Alan
that's
Bill
come.
is
Yeah.
body shaming this guy.
I'm not body
No,
saying
shaming.
he shouldn't look like that
I think
at his job.
I'm saying
He's clearly admiring.
this guy is. I don't know. I'm always fascinated by that, like, because it takes such a level of dedication to keep your body in that kind of shape that when you're doing a job like that, where you might be on your feet a little bit, but like he's just very dedicated. So if anything, I'm admiring him for being able to have that kind of body and then also have kind of a square job.
Right.
Yeah, but people are different
But
at night.
it's also one of those things where you would definitely notice if a superhero was trying to be like a regular guy, because you can notice those muscles through a regular shirt.
Would you be surprised at all if he just like ripped his polo and it was just like a big Superman logo right there?
Yeah, do you
Well,
think Clark Kent? And you think anybody thought Clark Kent was jacked? No. And besides,
But if
Costco
you saw him
store
in real life,
manager-
you'd see that. If you saw Henry Cavill in real life, you wouldn't, like, just because he has glasses on, you wouldn't be like, well, what a nerd.
yeah.
This 6'4" guy seems like a
And
real
Costco
dork.
store managers make six figures.
Yeah.
So it's a good gig.
That's what I'm saying. He probably is very different by night. He could be like one of those club promoters. He's the guy on the flyer with his
I don't
shirt
even think
off.
it's like
hey.
that. I think it's I just seeing someone like that in a job like Costco.
Yeah,
Or
it's- you don't
it
see
could
it
be-
every day.
Yeah, you don't see it every day. Or it could be someone working at a cell phone store. Just
I've seen
anything
people
like
at
that.
Target that are hot. Like everyone
I'm not
needs a
talking
job.
about hot. I'm talking about jacked.
Yes, okay, jacked. I've seen
Is
that
this a black
too.
dude, white dude?
White dude.
White dude.
Yeah.
I need to go pay a visit. See for myself. If he sticks out the way you say he does, then I'll be.
I mean, he's
easy to
muscular.
find.
I don't know if he's a good-looking dude, though.
Well, I'm just saying he'll be easy to find if he looks like you say he does. I want to see. I would like to see it and judge for
And I
myself.
don't,
You know-
he's wearing a black shirt, so I think that's a manager shirt there.
He's putting the man in manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, not every workplace has a gym, Poundcake.
I was just saying, with all the money that Sam's Club or Costco has, I would imagine they would have a gym.
Yeah. Alan, I'm not bodybuilder jacked, but I'm in good shape. My wife booted me, and my new girlfriend is normal. Just nicer and better at sex stuff.
Yeah, sex stuff.
There you go. That's the kind of normal that everyone can get behind. This is my new girlfriend. She's not like my ex-wife. She's very nice, and she's very good at sex stuff.
Better at sex stuff.
Better at sex stuff.
Not saying that the ex-wife wasn't good at sex stuff. This new girl's just better.
This one's better.
What I do find is a waste, though, like when someone like that is like shredded and hot, and then they have like a 5 as a girlfriend. I'm just like, I'm like, why? Like,
I've seen things like that.
Is this an arranged marriage or something like that? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna waste on that?
It's one of those things where you see it more commonly the other way, where you'll see like a girl that's real hot, and then you'll be like, "This is my husband,"
and that's
and
what
the
I'm
guy's
saying.
just like a schlubby dude,
Exactly.
And you're like, "Yeah, he's probably funny or something."
And it's really weird. I don't know why I have such a problem with it when it's a man and a woman, because I just imagine men are pigs, and I'm like, wow, this one guy has all the opportunity in the world. He looks like a titan. Like, I don't know, he's getting ready to fight in the Trojan War. And now, like...
I got to tell you, I understand what you're saying, but I always feel equally weird when the guy and his wife are jacked. Because I'm like, okay, so
that.
All they do is like work
Yeah.
out.
That's probably how they met. So I don't find that weird. They probably met in the gym or at some competition. But when the chick is like a 5 and she's just like
a 5,
she has like a stained tooth or something like that. And then, I'm just
she's
saying,
got a dead tooth and he's over there eating 10,000 calories a day.
This super hot guy, he's like, oh yeah, well she was with me, like we're high school sweethearts. I'm like, and you wanted to stay? Once you started getting ripped, you didn't say like
maybe
toodaloo?
she's really good at sex stuff.
Yeah. You'll find another.
By the way, just because you get jacked doesn't mean you can't appreciate a dead tooth.
I didn't say dead. I said stained. There's a big difference between dead and stained.
Yeah, maybe that stained tooth is what keeps his appetite at bay.
He's like,
I gotta watch my sugar intake. I don't want one like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't want like a gray one.
I'm having a hard time today, baby. Could you give me a smile?
And I shouldn't be so upset. Like, I should be happy because I'm like, okay, well, if he's settling for like regular everyday folk, like I might have a chance. And then I just get possessed. And I'm like, but no, he doesn't deserve that. All that work and dedication that I'm not willing to do, he deserves better than that. So I don't know why that annoys me, but it does. And the girl's like crap stained tooth. So.
Oh,
old
boy.
duty tooth. Do you think his friends like pull him aside and go like, dude, you are in such good shape. You're a handsome guy, and Jenny and her duty tooth. What the hell, man?
Yeah, like
you can do so much better.
Like you're out of her league. I've had a friend that I never said anything like that because that's not my place. But he told me
they call him Duty Tooth.
when he brought his friend home to meet the family.
007 duty tooth.
His family was like, bro, like you can do way better. Like you're kind of out of her league. And then he was just like,
I wonder how many, when I was younger, I wonder how many parents had that conversation with their daughter when I was dating them. They're like, honey, you can do a lot better than that guy. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a duty tooth.
I'm also, here's one thing that I'm shocked by.
Just stained, not dead. There's a difference, though.
But
duty tooth is, you're not going to top duty tooth.
But like, how many times like I'll be dating a girl and she'll tell her parents about me like immediately, and I'm just like, why? Why bring it up until like it's like an official thing?
She's excited to have somebody.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like,
her parents told her she'd never get somebody, and she finally got somebody.
As far as my parents know, like I haven't been on a date since I got divorced. Like
right.
Like since I moved out. Like they met maybe one of my girlfriends, but not really.
my parents.
And I don't
That's
talk to
different
them
for
about
dudes
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
I waited so long to like introduce a boyfriend to my parents that my mom started to think I was straight. So, so I was so
Yeah, but you
eager.
can't wait too long either because it might outlast the relationship.
Exactly. So I like once I got a boyfriend, my first boyfriend met my mom and my brother just so they would shut up. They're like, when are we gonna meet somebody? You finally get somebody and you want to bring them around. So I was like, just shut up. We'll go to dinner because I'm not bringing them to my house. Like we ain't going to my house. So,
Shut
up. We went to a buffet and I was like, there, you met him. And they're like,
To a buffet.
yeah. And then they were like, oh, do you want to come over for? I was like, he's busy.